Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Football Manager 2017. So in our last match, we had a 3-1 victory, and the upcoming match we'll have is the first round of the FA Cup. And we'll be facing off against an opponent, if I remember correctly, is from the lower league. So we should be favorites to win, although I believe that's an away match, so we still shouldn't underestimate our opponent. Now, getting into the inbox here, it's been a little while since I've recorded, and I've been doing some thinking about the team. First off, I guess we get a little bit of a reminder here of what happened in the last match. So John Lundstrom had a good goal. I believe that was that long-range goal that was really, really nice. So if that's the case, that probably is from what I see here. And then we also have stretched out our unbeaten record to 8 games at this point, and I guess these are the 8 games. Now, some of these are draws, but draws aren't losses, so we're still unbeaten. But another thing that I was thinking about, and I don't remember where that was in here, but one of our players skipped practice, and it was Wes Thomas, who's been kind of a problem. And I've been wanting to deal with him. Now, there are a couple things that I would like to do with him. First off, I feel like I tried to get him terminated because he skipped that practice, but I think there's a way to punish him as well. Now, I don't know exactly how I do that. I'm just trying to look through here. Oh, here we go. Interaction, discipline player for unprofessional behavior. There we go. So we can fine him. Let's fine him for 1 week. Yeah, let's say 1 week. So we fined him for that. But another thing I'd like to do is I think he's set up to be first team status, and I'm trying to think, how do I change that? We've got contract if info. See, yeah, he's set up for the first team. That's not what I want. I could have swore it was under this that you did that. I also noticed that there's this mutual termination thing. At first, I think I tried to release him. I don't know if this is the right move or not. But we're going to find him. We're going to see if that takes care of it. Mutual termination. I don't know what this is. Like when I would do this, release him, I lose a bunch of money if I do that. I don't know. Maybe mutual termination, he waives that fee, and well, let's try it because I'm really sick and tired of his bull crap. So we'll say mutual termination here. We'll say yes. It's not really telling me much about it. So if that's a mistake, well, I guess I'll learn from it here and just see if I can figure out. Transfer status. Here we go. Squad status. That's what I'm looking for. So he is a backup at this point. We'll confirm that. So we've offered him mutual termination. I don't know if he's going to accept that. I'm not even sure if that's the right thing to do. I've made him status backup, and I've disciplined him for his behavior. So we've done all that. I don't know how late that discipline was, but at least we got the option to do it, and we did it. So, all right, and that's just the old message. So let's go to, here we go. Here we go. Oxford Board has blocked the free transfer of Wes Thomas. Okay, so this is because there is not enough transfer budget available to cover the compensation costs. Thomas is on the transfer list. Okay, so we couldn't do it anyway, so I guess we would have had that same penalty if we would do that. So we can't terminate him. That's fine. At least we disciplined him. All right, let's go ahead. And I do have him on the transfer list, as it says here. So, all right. Well, in any case, there's one other thing I wanted to do. That had to do with the training of my team, because I was looking, team report here. We have some things that are, kind of penalties here or minuses. For instance, strength. So I was thinking with our training, we change up some of our strategies. So right now I've got balanced, and I've noticed that strength thing was something that has been a problem with our team for some time. I also did remove rest day before a match because we're going to have a full week before our next game. Now, I'll probably change that when we get to the 2 matches per week, but for now, I think it's under here. We would change this to fitness, I believe. Yeah, focus on player strength. So I want to do that. And then the other thing I want to do we want to continue focusing on match tactics? Because right now, familiarity is quite high, except for Rob Hall, would be the main difference. So maybe while we're still trying to get Rob Hall in here, we're just going to keep on that strategy with practice. Alternatively, we could switch it to something else that we feel like is a deficiency in this team. For instance, I could switch to defensive positioning, as we have had some defensive breakdowns with this team, and then just hope Hall manages to get up to the tactics on his own. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. I've noticed that there's been kind of breakdowns with our defense, and I'm trying to mitigate that. We're also going to work on our strength and overall physical stats, so we're doing that as well. All right, so hopefully that's the right move. So we have until what date? The 5th to get to our next match. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, Wes Thomas has acknowledged that his unprofessional behavior is unacceptable and that he deserves his fine. He has indicated a willingness to improve his behavior in future. Thomas has failed to report to the training center for training sessions. So it looks like we handled that okay. I don't know if that's improved his morale. It does not appear that it has, but at least he's responded. Okay, so we are in the roundup ranked 2nd, which is pretty surprising. We have a 2-point lead over the team in 3rd, 4th, and a 3-point lead on the team that is in 5th. So if we lose our next match in the league, we've already discussed what our next match is going to be, and it's not going to be a league match. But if our next league match is a loss and either of these teams win, we will drop down a position, and we could drop down potentially all the way down to 5th. But we shouldn't drop any further than that, and 2nd overall is pretty good, all things considered. Now, I don't actually know how many games we play throughout our season. I guess I could count them up and all that. But I would say we're probably less than halfway through. I think it's fair to say. So it's hard to say, but at the moment we're doing quite well. I don't expect to finish the season in 2nd, but still, that's really, really good for this team. In any case, let's go ahead and continue. Continue. Okay. Post-match analysis for the game we just played. So it was 3-1 victory. We controlled possession, and although they had more shots on target, ours counted more. Let's continue. And Lundstrom had a fantastic match. He's actually been doing very well. I've been very pleased with him overall. So under 23s, we have some of our players come in to play that match. The ones indicated in green. So that should give them some match sharpness and give them playing time as well. So let's go ahead and continue. And this is the team we're going to be facing off against. So they've got good leadership, and their best player with this rating is ranked not all that high, so that's not really good for their team. Focusing on attacking set piece would be good for this match. Okay, need to be paid to this particular player's threat for goal scoring. Okay, well, we could make that change for the attacking set piece, but I think we're just going to keep with defensive positioning because of those breakdowns in defense I've noticed so far this season. Let's continue. And we still have a number of days to go, so all right. Check trade trophy update. Okay. Important dates to remember. This is because it's the first of the month, I guess, we're getting all these reports. We've got Oxford loan report, so these are the players that I believe we've loaned out. Training report, so 36 are happy, 1 content. And seems like it's been going pretty well overall. Okay. Oxford players named in Skybet League Team of the Week. So we had 2 players, Raglan and Lundstrom, named for Player of the Week. And McGuire won Player of the Month. So that's good news for our team. Skybet League 1 goal of the month, though, goes to... Oh, Lundstrom was in 2nd place. So that's pretty cool. I guess we'll continue here. That was a really good goal, for sure. What do we got going on here? New advice available. We should consider reducing the intensity of training for Oxford, as there are multiple matches scheduled for next week. It's important not to overburden. Okay, so let me go to that. So this one here. So they're thinking intensity level probably should be lower. That makes sense, as we will have a rigorous schedule upcoming. Out of curiosity, are there going to be home matches or away matches? They should home away. Okay. Well, in any case, let's go ahead and continue. We took care of that a little bit. Okay, we got more stuff in the inbox. Okay, yeah, we did fine financially. Board confidence, they're pretty happy because we've been doing well. One of our development players was injured, out 5 to 6 weeks with an abdominal strain. That's no good. But our development league, our teams are racking up injuries. Financial update. So we're losing money here, profit loss. That's unfortunately not great. But I hope that at the end of this season, we'll kind of turn that around because we'll have a lot of contracts expiring that should help us financially overall and hopefully give us transfer budget for next season. Okay, scouting for the FA Cup is about to begin. Let's go ahead and scout that competition, of course. All right, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and continue. And we've got some more stuff in the inbox here. Professional contract for Hopkins. That's one of the players. Ooh, there's international competition. So Benji and Tyler Roberts will be unavailable. Tyler Roberts is the more unfortunate one because he's been fantastic and he's really improving so far. So he's our good sub that we play a lot. Rematch analysis. So this is the team we'll be facing off against. They drew their last match. They did not control possession or shots on target. And it looks like they run with a 4-4-2 setup, which I think we already saw, or did we not? Not sure. But in any case, let's go ahead and continue. And continue. And continue. All right, what else we got here? Kane Hemmings is injured. He'll be out for 9 to 12 days. I'm disappointed he sustained a bruised shin following a robust challenge during a training session. So 9 to 12 days isn't the end of the world, but Kane Hemmings is one of our top players, obviously, so that's not great. Then we've got a training report for Ledson. He's improved a lot, it looks like. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at our tactics because unfortunately Kane Hemmings just got an injury here. And that's going to really hurt our team, especially in the next couple of matches. But the obvious choice here is to bring Tyler Roberts in as our striker. And we'll put him in a role that he feels comfortable in. And it looks like advanced forward is perfect for him. So Kane Hemmings is injured. Now we need somebody that can be a backup striker, unfortunately. And let's take a look at what we've got. So let's do that. And Hemmings is injured. It looks like Wes Thomas is one of our better ones. We could do McGuire in there. Taylor is not a bad player either. Actually, I want to take a look at Taylor here real quick. So Ryan Taylor, let's take a look at him. So Ryan Taylor is 28 years old, so he doesn't really have any potential. So there's no real reason to put him in other than the fact that we've been having a lot of problems with Wes Thomas. But I feel like we don't have much choice here. We're going to put Thomas in as our backup, even though his morale is terrible and everything. Maybe the playing time will make him happy. I mean, the one problem with all this is Roberts was not just a striker backup. He was also a backup for our attacking midfielder in Hall, as well as a possible backup for Johnson and McGuire. So I'm not really sure in this point who's going to be able to, outside of McDonald, replace some of our players. Because, for instance, Johnson here, I guess Ruffles can back him up. It's not the end of the world, and, I could put Ryan Taylor in instead because he does have better morale overall, but, Wes Thomas has decent match sharpness and everything like that, so we'll do that. It sucks. We might lose Hemmings here for a while, but we take a look at 9 to 12 days, so we're on the 4th. Our next match will be the 8th and the 12th. So we'll miss Hemmings for probably both of those matches. And then our match after that is the 19th. we'll more than likely have him back for that, because even 12 days, he should be, that should be the 16th. So we'd have 3 days after that. Now, whether or not he'd be able to do a full match after that, I don't know. So, all right, well, that sucks, but these things happen. And at least he's only out for 9 to 12 days rather than several weeks. Let's continue here. Okay, so we've got the under 18s match clash. Nobody available. Okay, pre-match advice. All right, I'm not going to really worry about these changes that they have listed here. All right, let's go ahead and continue. This is the same kind of stuff they always tell me to do. Okay, take on, yeah, they are slight underdogs, so we're the favorites. One of our matches was rearranged. So the one on the 12th is rearranged to the 29th because of the international call-ups. So that's actually really good because that will save us a match that we're not going to have Hemmings. So we'll take a look at that here in a second. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule now. So our schedule now is listed as 5th, 8th, and 19th. So we just lost one of the matches there scheduled. So we'll only lose out of one match, and it's a Czech Trade Trophy match. So honestly, probably not as bad as it could have been. As a matter of fact, we just lost the match that's here. So I'm actually going to bring the intensity back to our normal intensity level for this week because I don't feel like we don't have 2 matches this week now, so we don't really need it. The only real thing that I would worry about is this match and this match are kind of on top of each other. We do have the rest day. I could make another rest day at this point. We'll have to see. But in any case, let's go ahead and continue. And here we go. We should be getting up on the match pretty soon. So it actually helped out a little bit that game getting rescheduled. Okay, cup update. Okay. And under 18s match. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and continue. And continue. Should be on the match here soon. All right, so they're going with their 4-4-2 setup. They have one player out with a broken hand. Our team, unfortunately, has more players out because of, we have 3 injuries at this point. All right, so I think we're pretty much good to go. Instructions-wise, I did think about changing this to doing more crosses because we're stacked up on the left side, but I noticed that I can't specifically say, hey, left side. We could say, exploit the left flank here because we have more players on the left. And we could still do that. But, I won't do it yet. Let's just go ahead, submit our team, and away we go. So we're not going to have as good substitution set up because of this, because Tyler Roberts is one of our really good subs. But, all right, 2 evenly matched teams. They're saying a draw, even though we're favored as far as the betting goes. All right, well, let's go ahead and continue. And opposite instructions, apply advice. Let's just take a quick look at their strikers. Okay, there's that guy and that guy. All right, so these guys do have decent foot speeds, though we might have to watch out for that. I always am not a big fan of that. Well, let's go ahead and continue to the pep talk. And let's tell them to pick up where they left off, so we'll do that. Yeah, so let's say that. All right, so here we go. Everybody's in a good mood except for Wes Thomas, which we know about. Let's start the match. And we're going to start with the ball here. And hopefully we can make something happen. All right, McGuire's going to dribble through here. Unfortunately get tackled off. All right, we're going to get a free kick here. And one of their players just got a yellow card, so that's pretty early on. And we're pretty close, so McGuire's going to get a shot chance here. He's just off target. Looked like he had the right amount of power, just not the right angle on it. Get another foul there. So we've had a number of fouls against. Okay. Another yellow card on their end, and that was, I think, the same player. We got another free kick here. That was on target, but too high, or at least it had the right angle on it. All right, so far, we've had 2 shots on goal, but they were both because of free kicks. Now, the good thing for us is 2 of their players have yellow cards. We had, I believe, a deflection there, so that's going to result in the corner kick. So, that could be threatening. We managed to knock it out, but they're going to be able to recover it. And this could be dangerous, as it looks like they're going to get a cross in here. Except they go deep, they go well back here with that cross. So they're taking their time. They look to try and control the ball here quite a bit. And we still are controlling the possession game. All right, looks like that didn't go anywhere. All right, so far, outside of the free kicks, we haven't been able to get much going here. All right. So again, they're nice pass there. Eastwood managed to get a hand on it, but it is going to be a corner. That was very dangerous. All right, we managed to clear it yet again, but they're going to get a hold of it. All right, we're tackling here, but fortunately not able to change the offense here. Finally, we deflect it. We're going to... All right, we might be able to get to that. There we go. So we're going to have a drive here. McGuire might have an opening here if we plan a pass outright. All right, so that play didn't go anywhere. Possession games kind of turned more 50-50. They have another corner here, which again we clear, but they managed to recover. I think that was a bland pass, although they've got more shots on goal here. So we're not doing that great of a job controlling here. I'm not really happy to see that, as we should be favorites. That's a corner. Must have deflected off of our player. So they get yet another corner here. Eastwood just grabs that, which is, great for us. Okay. Again, not a whole lot in the attack on our side. Okay, so their player is giving us another free kick here. That gets deflected. McGuire should get to it, although he is having to run it down. Move it up to Raglan. And unfortunately, it looks like that play is not going to go anywhere. All right, well, we'll be passionate here and tell them that this is for the fans. Okay, let's get them out there. The only thing is, I'm not sure with our strategy if we should try and change it up. I'm going to say exploit the left flank because we've got more numbers there. Let's see if this works because our attack has been kind of faltering. All right, let's start the second half here. All right, they pass it up pretty nicely. So the funny thing is, this team is playing kind of the way that we are designed to play. Manage to intercept that. Roberts should get to it. And he's got a play here with McGuire in support. Letson manages to get to it. McGuire gets to it. Passes it back to Edwards. Passes it ahead to McGuire, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. And it is going to be a throw-in, though, so it does give us an opportunity here. Fortunately, it looks like an opportunity that didn't go anywhere. Oh, we had a good chance of a tackle there. That didn't, fortunately. All right, we clear it. It's good that we're getting to those passes. That's the kind of thing that we used to break down on. All right, deflection there that's going to result in the corner. I feel like we've been playing well defensively, but not so much offensively. We've gotten almost no opportunities. Okay, clear that out yet again. They haven't been able to do anything with the corners other than obviously return it afterwards. All right, we managed to break that play up. Roberts has an attempt here that he could maybe work, although he just gets it knocked out. Okay. Ooh, almost tackled that one free. Geez, these guys have great ball control. All right, long-range shot. Not sure how we're doing on stamina. Litson's getting pretty tired. Okay. Yellow card for Lundstrom, unfortunately. Got a free kick here, which they choose to just pass off. They had a numbers advantage there for a second in the middle, but we managed to slow down the play enough. All right, finally we break that up. Roberts has got an attack here, but so far we've had problems getting past the defenders here, and it looks like we have that same problem here and get tackled off. That pass gets intercepted. Okay, lifted up to McGuire, who has an opening. To Ledson, who has an opening. Unfortunately, that was a wasted opportunity. Oh, no, actually, no. That was deflected. I didn't think we were going to get a corner out of that. Okay, good on-target header. Gets deflected, but McGuire should get to it in time for a pass. Ledson gets in there. Unfortunately, gets tackled off. They're going to lift it forward. That was, you know, a decent opportunity there. But, all right, so they're changing some things up. Let's take a look at their opposition. So they haven't changed their overall strategy. Let's apply any advice that might be out there for us. Confirm the changes. And probably as soon as we can sub, I will sub out Ledson, who is very tired. Okay. I'm going to wait until the 65-minute mark. Or about here. You know, that's probably good enough. Let's go ahead and get somebody in here. So, I would like to sub out Ledson. And we're going to take Crowley in this case. And Crowley is fine on either support or attack. So, we'll keep him, I think, in the support role. Lundstrom, I would actually like to sub out here, but he's actually doing pretty good on stamina. So I'm going to actually wait here. We're going to get fresh legs out there. They get a free kick that goes errant. We're going to get our sub. And Lundstrom should be a sub that we get here. Maybe at about this point. They're taking both of theirs. So let's take a look at opposition now. So still 4-4-2. Okay, so Lundstrom, as much as he's been having a really good game, I think we got to sub him here. Just because of the yellow card. So we're going to go ahead and get him in here. He's much better as a center midfielder on attack, so we'll do that. And we'll confirm that change. And I'm not sure I'm ready for any other subs at the moment. But if I were to sub anybody, it'd probably be either the defensive end, like Dunkley's a little tired there. Is he going to get a yellow card before he gets subbed? Jeez, that would have been bad. Okay. Move here for Roberts. Plenty of opportunity there. Just gets deflected. All right, 77-minute mark. Let's go to our players here. So Dunkley and Raglan are pretty tired. I think in this case we're going to grab Aaron Martin here. And I think he can stick where in the position he's in. And that's going to be our third sub. So hopefully we can hold on here. I would have preferred a victory here, but for whatever reason, we got negated there pretty... We didn't even get the corner kick? Or maybe it skipped it, or I skipped it accidentally. So they've outshot us quite a lot. Not really sure who that's intended for. They counted that as a shot, but I don't think it was intended to be one. I think it was intended to be a pass. Okay, looks like we're going to recover that. Now, I said to attack on the left side, but they have not really been doing it. Could be because we're being marked quite well here. All right, that's going to turn into a corner, so that was a good opportunity. Maybe here late in the game, we'll be able to turn some things around with some fresh legs and maybe some tired players on their end. All right, another corner as they deflected it out. That looked like a good opportunity, though. Another knockout, so that's going to be a throw-in on the offensive side. Okay, knock it over to Crowley, who takes a shot. It's long range and unfortunately doesn't have the accuracy, although I think he had the time. Maybe if he had been a little bit more patient. Okay, yellow card for another player on the opposition side. 2 minutes added. We're going to get a free kick here. Looks on target. It is in. So Maguire connects with a free kick. Second time this season he's connected with one. Beautiful goal for him. So it looks like we may get a victory out of this in the last seconds of the game. So what looked like it could have been a disappointing result turns into a possible victory for us. All right, great connection. All right, so now we just need to hold out. Now, unfortunately, we get a play going here. Ooh, that was that was looking good. It just had a little bit too much on it. Not a bad shot for them. I mean, you take chances like that late in the game, and it could have paid off. All right, here we go. We're probably going to be delaying here as much as possible. All right, kicks it back to Roberts. Roberts going to get it over to Crowley. Crowley over to McGuire. And he's just going to pass it back to Edwards, who's going to hold on to it as we are delaying here. Going to pass it over to Johnson, who doesn't quite get to it. But Crowley's going to be able to get in there. And Roberts gets tackled off the ball. We've got less than a minute here. They're going to go for a wild pass ahead, which is the kind of stuff you got to do late in a game like this. All right, so they're going to have a throw in. Close on the offensive side. So we got to hold out for about 30 seconds here. We're going to have a cross here, which does get knocked out. And we might just get to it. That was not a bad, it was kind of a Hail Mary there, but not necessarily that far off target. And there goes the end of the match, as we were able to delay enough there to eke out the victory. All right, well, he says that we shouldn't address anything. I'll just be calm and just say, a good win, boys, well done. Because it was a good win. It only made a couple people happy, but as a matter of fact, Wes Thomas is actually maybe a little bit better morale-wise. All right, well, in any case, let's go ahead and go on to the post-match analysis here. So it's expected to be a draw. Honestly, that was probably a fair assessment because it looked like it was going to go that way. In any case, let's go ahead and go on. So McGuire gets us a beautiful free kick connection. And I think we're going to wrap up the video here. So that's not necessarily going to count for our, well, definitely not going to count for our league standings. But the first round of the FA Cup, that's not a bad start. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.